Good morning, YouTube. So people, yes, I have again been absent for quite a while. I haven't vlogged in some time. What do I say? Things have been really hectic for me, because of which I've been unable to vlog. I've just had a track day, which was also quite pathetic, because my shipment with the new parts got delayed, and I had to use some stock parts, because of which the bike was just not ready to listen. And I was supposed to have a track day on Saturday and Sunday, and I called Sunday off. So I just rode for about an hour on Saturday and took the bike back home, because there was no point in taking risks since the bike just did not feel right. Anyway, I'm not gonna do too much of talking in this video, because I'm gonna be doing two things. I'm going to be reviewing the two new parts. Actually, yeah, two new parts out of three. I got three new parts on the bike. One, I can just tell you right away, the extenders for the clip-ons. So the Woodcraft people, when they designed the clip-ons, what they had done is they did not realize that the clip-ons which come with the risers would not be able to turn freely inward, because the bracket for the riser would get stuck on the upper triple tree, right? So what they did is that they made a set of spacers for those who really need a more aggressive riding profile, and what it does is it pushes the clip-on further ahead, so that it can be twisted a little more towards the inside. So that's what I have done, if you can see it or not. And I had been told by a lot of riders who took my bike out on the track that I really ought to make the handlebars come a little further in, and this has helped. So I'm not sure of how steep the angle is right now, whether it's too much or whether it's perfect. I know it's not too little. So yeah, I'm gonna wait for them to give me their reviews, their expert comments on that. And in the meantime, I'm also gonna be reviewing another part, which shall be reviewed post what should I do? I'm thinking now. This is rather impromptu of me. I'm thinking I'll reveal the part first and then do a review of it. That makes sense. That sounds about right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do another walk around video of my bike today, featuring all the mods that I've done, point A to point B, covering everything, so that you guys can get a better idea of what all can be done to the Ninja 300. Sounds good? Alright, here we go. Alright guys, so let's see, where do I start? Let's start with the small things. First of all, I'm using a clutch perch from a 636, because these levers were given to me by a friend and they belong to the 636, and this little piece of black metal would not fit on the stock clutch perch, so I had to pick that up. Also, the adjustment for the clutch free play is much better here than the stock one on the 300. From what you can see, is pretty obvious. I have a steering ramper. It's nothing fancy. I picked it up off eBay. Whoa. I have to just replace the damper shaft to an Olens if I can find a nice one off eBay again, because the new one is absolutely ridiculous. Second, I have Woodcraft clip-ons with the new spacers in, about which I'm gonna talk in a bit, called preload adjusters from SSR, and yes, they do work really well. Using a master cylinder from the 2014 10R, and I am using steel braided brake lines in the front and the back. The brakes, yes, let's get to the brakes. So yes, I'm using a Brembo caliper from a KTM Super Duke 990. In fact, you can use any master cylinder from which has 100 any caliper which has 100 mount, so which means most European bikes like the S1000RR, the Aprilia and the KTM. This bracket has been provided by RSV Racing Bangkok. Pretty neat stuff, no issues so far. I'm using a stock disc because really didn't see the need to upgrade. Right, I have decatted my exhaust, and I have a Two Brothers Black Series slip-on it. So essentially I'm running a full system. I'm using Barnett Kevlar plates with high tension springs. I have also upgraded my front and rear sprockets, and I'm using a DIT 520 chain. I've got the Puig frame sliders, saved me when I low sided. I've got a Puig double bubble. To get to the performance, I'm using a Bajaj ZFI TC, so I get engine management, traction control and a quick shifter. The quick shifter is an absolute dream on this bike, everybody has said so. And now for the big gun. I have upgraded my rear suspension to an Olens. Yes, it's an Olens, and it's an Olens TTX 37mm with the 37mm piston. I get a host of adjustment like height adjustment, preload damping, compression damping and preload. Sorry, I get rebound damping, not preload damping. I get rebound damping, compression damping, height adjustment and preload. These are the 4 settings that I get. It has I'm yet to test it properly on the track, but I went for a short ride. I'm gonna talk about it, you guys are gonna see it. And what else? Cosmetically I haven't done much. I just have a rear cowl. I've got the storm grips on. Again, small thing, but they really help on the track. Okay, yes, I have a rear set bracket. So instead of going for an entire new rear set, I just got this bracket and I'm using the stock rear sets. Nothing too fancy. I also have got raising links on my bike rather than lowering ring or lower raising. Sorry, I've got raising links on my bike rather than lowering links. God, why was I getting stuck on that? Because frankly on the track, lowering the bike really doesn't help unless until you can really drop the front by quite a bit, which I obviously cannot do. I'm running the most pathetic tires I've ever used, the Midzilla M5s. Yes, they're supposed to be expensive, yes, they're supposed to be fancy, but they're just not doing the job that they're supposed to. I don't know why. Because me and my friend who rides the KTM Duke 390, we both face the same issues. It's just not, the grip is just not up to it. The Michelin Pilot Streets which I had earlier were better. They would perform better, they had better grip on. Yeah, overall it just felt nicer. So guys, that's about it. I think I've covered most of it. I also have the Racetech emulators, gold valve emulators for the front. I'm waiting to install those. Gonna take some time because it's a job that needs to be done with patience, and right now I need a couple of days before I can get into it. It also just a small cosmetic change. I changed the fuel cap bolts to anodize the aluminum ones in red. I'm also looking to remove this lever and put a stock lever because the feel is way better than any aluminum, because the feel of a stock lever is better than any aluminum lever that I've ever used. Yep, so that's about it. Yes, I am done. Let me know what you guys think. Let's go test this Öhlins out. See ya. Alright guys, time for the suspension test. Oh yes. Let's see how well this bike takes in now. I'm not going to be pushing the bike too hard at all, but here we go. The rebound is a little too fast. I need to slow the rebound napping out. Let's see. Nice. That felt awesome. The front needs to be sorted out, but besides that, everything is absolutely A. That is money well spent, guys. Wow. I am very happy. Alright, so this concludes my short review of the new Öhlins TTX. Whoa, why is he stopped in the middle of the road? And I'm gonna catch you guys hopefully soon. And I'm not gonna have any track days for the next month because the track is completely booked out. So you guys are gonna have to wait for about no, I don't have to take a left here. I have to wait for about a month. I'm hoping it would be sooner, but it's not really not in my hands. So I'll catch you guys soon. See ya.